But you need to have those deal breakers. You need to have those, you know what? If this thing happens, I am zooming. I also think that it's very important for you to know that you want somebody, but you don't need somebody. I also think that cheating is normalized and it's just like a rite of passage in your relationship. Like, you know, everybody deals with the cheating. I don't believe that because I feel like cheating is a form of lying. When y'all get together, you establish, I'm gonna be with you and you're gonna be with me. And I feel like the moment that you feel something different is when there needs to be a conversation. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christian, and in today's video we are going to be doing a Black Love chat. Okay, so for the people that I know are probably going to ask, I'm using the Mychal Hawaiian Ginger Moisturizing Overnight Conditioner. I've been using this deep conditioner for the past 3 months. So unless otherwise stated in my deep conditioning chats, I will be using this. So I didn't really want to focus my whole video on Derek Jackson because I feel like that's really unproductive to the situation. And I feel like there are other better things to talk about other than somebody who needs to get their life together. Just stick with me. It's my first time filming a video this early. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, let's get into it. First topic that I have is, what is love? And I think that that's a great starting point to begin at, because your definition of love, I feel, is really defined by the relationships that you see around while you're growing up. And a lot of us, especially in the Black community, we didn't see a lot of healthy relationships. You know, there might be one here and there, a little sprinkle, a little dab, a little salt bay, but we didn't really see, a lot of us, or the majority of us, didn't really see a lot of healthy relationships growing up. And so your definition of love could be, you know, I'm just gonna do what I want, and I just know that I'm always gonna come back to you at the end of the day. And for a lot of people, you know, that's okay with them. For me, not so much. I think that a lot of people have their own idea that, like, you can do what you want at the end of the day, and I'm always gonna be here, so I might as well tough it out. And, you know, if that's the mentality that gets you through it, you know, do what you have to do. But I think that starting off by defining what love is will help you kind of differentiate between the things that you're seeing in the media that are being labeled as love when they're really not. Me personally, I believe that love is an action. I believe that love is a verb. And I think it's more than a feeling. Like, when you take the feeling out of it and you stop throwing the word around just recklessly, you sit back and then you think, like, what is love? And for me, I feel like it's an action. I feel like it's something that you purposefully and intentionally do in all of your relationships, platonic and romantic. I don't know. I really don't remember. Y'all know I'm all about giving credit. And I will definitely link your channel below if I remember who it was. But I was watching a video one day, and the video was about this show on OWN called Black Love. And somebody was talking about how, that show basically perpetuates the idea of, like, struggle love, where you feel like you just have to stick it out for 10 plus years, and then at the end there'll be like a pot of gold.
Was that I felt like there were so many stories that had like a I don't want to judge anybody's relationship, but from my perspective had a little bit of a like a vibe that I wouldn't want.
Yeah, there. I don't know if this is what you're saying, but the ones that I saw, the episodes that I was seeing, there was a lot of magnified hills and valleys.
I don't know if it was magnified. I think those people had really
Low
deep valleys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I did, but this is Angel was into the show long before I knew anything about it, and I just remember every time she was watching it, I was just like, "What are you watching?" She was like, "Oh, this is Black Love," and I'm like, "Okay." And I didn't know what was going on. I knew I was only catching small snippets of a much bigger picture, but I was just like, "That just no, like, what are you watching?" Like, I knew nothing about the show though.
Yeah, and this is not to say all.
And there's like a reward for sticking through trauma and misery. And I was like, I actually really agree with that, because that show, as much as I love how it highlights Black couples, most of the stories are about how somebody went to jail for 10 years and the woman just stuck it out and was being a loyal ride or die. She didn't go nowhere. And I just had to wait on him to mature. And I'm just like, you're so right. So if your definition of love is based on how long you stick around for something, or just misery and trauma, the definition, we're like starting off on an unequal playing field. And I feel like if you really determine what your definition of love is, you will have a better opportunity at being able to weed through the drama. So, me personally, I know a lot of stories about people getting married because it was the right thing to do. And I think that it's really giving marriage a really bad rap. I think that when people get married because, somebody got pregnant and we just felt like it was the right thing to do. Like these days, like in 2021, you don't have to be married to the father or mother of your child. Like nobody will judge you these days. Like I feel like society is less judgmental about people that are not married and they're just co-parenting. And like you don't have to be married to the mother or father of your child these days, because people will not look at you crazy or as crazy as they would in the past. But I feel like that's a part of where relationships and marriages, that's where everything started going downhill. When people started saying, this person is pregnant and it's really the right thing to do to marry them and just stick it out and be there for the child. I just don't think that that's where we're going anymore. Like, I don't think that it's healthy for you to have this, like, let's stay together for the kids mentality, because that the kids are not in a relationship with you. You're in a relationship with each other, and you have to be healthy individuals, and you could actually end up damaging your kids if you guys try to force something. I also think that cheating is normalized, and it's just like a rite of passage in your relationship. Like, everybody deals with the cheating. I don't believe that, because I feel like cheating is a form of lying. Because if you're in a relationship with one person, when y'all get together, you establish, I'm gonna be with you and you're gonna be with me. And I feel like the moment that you feel something different is when there needs to be a conversation. Because it's really not fair if you don't agree or want the terms that were agreed upon in the beginning of the relationship. So you don't want to let it go, but you also don't want to be fully in it. Because then you are damaging the person that actually wants to be in it. So I think cheating is normalized. It's not normal, but it's normalized. And nobody really bats an eye at it anymore. It's just like, that's just a part of being in a relationship, is dealing with infidelity. And that is not self-care. That is not self-care. And I feel like self-love is a big part of knowing your worth in a relationship. And I don't really care who you are. I don't care what your title is. I don't care if we're married. Like, if I need to leave, then I will leave. I don't really care about titles. Everyone's replaceable, like Abby Lee Miller said. Everyone's replaceable. And I think that just because you're married to somebody does not mean that you are trapped forever. And you don't have to endure trauma, misery, pain just because you're married to somebody. And I think that it's really sad that even after all of the knowledge that people are being provided with about their partners, they just stick it out. And I don't know, I guess it's because sometimes there are children involved, and it's a little bit more complicated than if you were single. But it's honestly sad that you feel obligated to stay and be disrespected. I would rather leave and be respected than stay and be disrespected. And for a lot of women, I think that it's important to treat your significant others like you want somebody, but you don't need somebody. And if you have that type of mentality, I feel like you will understand self-love and self-worth a little bit better. Like, you don't have to stick around for anything. You're here because you want to be, but it's not mandatory. And I think that the secret to a healthy relationship is loving yourself. Because at some point, you have to have boundaries and you have to have deal breakers. You have to say, if this thing were to happen, I'm leaving. Like, I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving. And it could be in a 10-year relationship, a 20-year relationship, a 30-year relationship. I don't care. You could be married for 100 years. But you need to have those deal breakers. You need to have those, you know what? If this thing happens, I am zooming. And I feel like having those boundaries and having those deal breakers are the key to a healthy relationship. Being with somebody or being with anybody these days is looked at as better than being alone. And when you have an issue with being alone and solitude, that's when you begin to have issues with knowing your worth. Because if you're always depending on somebody else's company or somebody else's presence to fill a void, yes, you're going to allow things that are not healthy for you. But when you're okay with solitude and you're okay with being alone, you are more willing to say no to things that you won't accept. Well, I do have two couples that I do want to share with you guys. I think that the importance of admiring and not idolizing in any situation, especially when it comes to social media, will help you out. So don't basically make your whole life about using these couples as a role model, because that's when you get in trouble. Because when you put your hope and faith in humans, you might get disappointed. So once again, do not idolize these couples. They are just healthy, good examples. We don't know what they do in 24 hours. We only know what they show us. So do not think that they just have a perfect relationship. Like, they turn the cameras on when they want to, and they turn the cameras off when they get ready to. The first couple you guys probably already know, and that is Josh and Essie. And I really just admire Josh. He has a really nice channel called Hydrated Hero, and he is the first man that I have seen ever that is wearing an engagement ring.
One of the things that I want to start on this channel is what I call Diaries of a Decent Man. It's basically the journey of what it means to me personally to be a good man to your woman. For a long time, I had to teach myself how to be a man. I had to teach myself how to treat a woman. There's no disrespect to my father or anything like that. It's just I was very independent from very young, and I never really asked people for any help. So I kind of am self-taught in this department. Now, there's ladies watching this. Ladies, you can learn some things from this too. I feel like you'll get a lot of insight as to how men think and how they operate, or what a good man looks like.
And I think that he is very accountable. He is a very good role model, and I just admire his personality and his maturity. The next and final couple is Glen and Yvette.
Here we go. My name Beleaf, this is Yvette, and we've been married 10 years. Live in California. Got four kids. Relationships are scary, and it's very necessary that we share our love, our struggles, and we ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. Listening is in the wedding party, sometimes deep, sometimes lighthearted. I don't know what else to say, so it's time to get it started.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
from Beleaf in Fatherhood. And I really enjoy the Beleaf in Fatherhood channel because I think that their editing style, I don't know who's editing their content. I don't know if it's Glen himself, but their editing style is so aesthetically pleasing, and I just enjoy peeking into their children's lives and watching them grow. And they also had a podcast that I was watching a couple episodes of that I enjoyed. And I think that they are a very healthy representation of Black love. And I really do enjoy watching their channel. So once again, their channel will be linked in the description box below. And I feel like I always end all of my deep conditioning chats combing my hair, but it's honestly just a habit because I don't want to keep you guys while I'm sitting here doing something that I could do for 30 minutes. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you gained something from it. If you like it and you want me to do more videos like this, leave a like on this video, comment down below more video requests. I will see you guys in the next video.